Hi, our focus today is on exploring the influence of currency on housing and migration. First, I will start by discussing the database set we utilized. The first dataset reveals monthly total house sales and price per square meter from 2013 to 2033. Our second dataset covers exchange rates for the dollar and euro, along with monthly percentage change during the same time period. The third dataset provides the insights into migration, specifically detailing the total number of migration occurring from 2016 to 2033. Lastly, the fourth dataset showcases monthly house sales figures from 2013 to 2033, emphasizing the quantity sold to foreigners and corporate persons. Now, let's dive into information derived from these datasets. This graph shows the average house price per square meter from 2013 to 2033. In these charts, we observe the change in the values of dollar and euro over time. In the subsequent two charts, we analyze the migration patterns, specifically focusing the number of migration involved Turkish citizens and foreign individuals. The map graphic displays the migration figures to Turkey in year 2016. Similarly, in this map graph, we plotted the migration figures to Turkey for the year 2032. Lastly, these two graphs shows the total number of home sales for foreigners and the corresponding percentage relative to the overall number of homes sold.
Okay, now we will continue with the research questions. The first question is on the left side of the screen. To answer this question, we first needed to get the two data sets in the same format of years, as can be seen on the graph on the right side. And as you can see, the graphs resemble a bit of a correlation from on the top and the bottom. And after calculating the correlation coefficients, like we get the results between these variables, as you can see on the bottom side. And in the end, interpreting these results, we have came up with the answer that foreign migration and currency does not have that much of a strong correlation. Like they are almost at 10%. But more importantly, we have observed that Turkish migration rate had a moderate negative correlation with the currency change, which means that the Turkish citizens tend to leave their country more as the foreign currencies increase. That was our first answer. Now, continuing on with the second one, you can again see the question on the left side. And in this question, from our observation in visual part, we have came up with the idea of regressing this data as an exponential model, as you can see on the function. And on the graph, you can see that the data points and our exponential model are quite similar. And to prove this, we also have calculated R-squared score, which also came out as 98%, and which I believe that is quite accurate. And lastly, on the last two questions, we have which we have answered hypothetically. These questions are similar to the ones that we have already answered, and we can make observations from visuals, and also we can use regression models as well, and we can also use correlation coefficients to answer these questions too.
Okay, so we have potential products and services for this project. And the first one is real estate investment tool, which could be a real estate investment tool for investors. The second one is property evaluation service that we could offering precise property evaluations for determining sale prices and meeting insurance requirements. And we can offer predictive analytics services to construction firms and property developers. We also could address data engineering issues, which are some data limitations. Comparing data sets is challenging due to carrying detail levels. And we can address data reliability, which can be explained like foreign currency information can be verified from various sources, while migration data relies only on one source. And the data volume, the data we're using is extensive, so it's crucial to keep track of its source. And for ethical issues, we have some ethical ones. And for starting, data accuracy and representation concern. Public data may not always be accurate or up to date, and we should be cautious on cultural appropriation because due to the sensitive nature of topics like migration, handling the data with care is crucial to prevent prevent misinterpretation and potential ethical concern. And in conclusion, we can see that there is a moderate negative correlation between the foreign currency change and migration from Turkey. As an accurate model of house prices, we can expect an exponential increase in the house prices on next year as well. And finally, as an observation, we have understood that the concepts of foreign currency migration, house prices, and house sales were related to each other to some extent.